Ladies and gentlemen, here is the former IBF Junior Middleweight World Champion and the current hard-hitting, undefeated, reigning and defending WBC Middleweight Champion of the world, introducing Jermall Hitman Charlo, former Super Middleweight Champion of the world, introducing El Bandera Roja, Benavidez. That's it.
Of course, we can't leave without asking the arbitrary David Benavidez question. A lot of folks want that fight.
I feel like it'll happen.
Fight for you?
I feel like the fight it's getting real close. It's gonna happen in 23. I want it. I feel like next year we should get it on.
Why would you win that fight?
Huh?
Why would you show a style matchup? Why would you win that fight, Jermall?
We'll figure it out when we get there.
His defense is leaky. We know
He get hit a lot. You know, we seen it happen to him before. So I got the best trainer in the world. I got the best team in the world. Man, I'll train my ass off for it. He can't beat me. It doesn't matter what weight division it is.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? It is so amazing how the tables turn in the sport of boxing. Because David Benavidez has gone from being the most avoided fighter at 168 to now the most wanted fighter at 168. It was just announced the other day that Demetrius Andrade has signed with Showtime and PBC. And he voluntarily said at the press conference that he wants the winner of David Benavidez and Plant or Charlo. These are the only fights that he wants. Now, that clip I just played at the beginning of this video, where Charlo is saying that he's going to be fighting David Benavidez 2023. That clip was a while ago. That was right after Canelo lost to Bivol. But more recently, Jermall Charlo, he doubled down, and now he's saying that he wants the winner of David Benavidez and Plant. You know, when you have Jermall Charlo talking with this much consistency, and you have Showtime, Stephen Espinoza, who has said on many occasions, that's the fight that they want to make. He said that was the fight that they want to make, Showtime, Charlo versus David Benavidez. So before it was a race to get the Canelo Alvarez fight. Now it looks like it's a race to get the David Benavidez fight, at least between Andrade and Charlo. They're both going for that fight. But of course, Andrade, he wants both Benavidez and Charlo. But since we know that Canelo can't beat any of these fighters and he's most likely not going to fight any of these guys, he's going to most likely vacate all of his belts at 168, I think it makes more sense for Charlo and Andrade to go after Benavidez first. I personally feel both Charlo and Andrade will beat David Benavidez. But assuming one of them beats David Benavidez, that's when Charlo and Andrade should fight against each other, because that's going to make their fight even bigger. I also feel there's a very good chance that Caleb Plant, he will expose David Benavidez, even in a losing effort. Benavidez never really looks good against boxers. He didn't look that good against Anthony Durrell. He certainly didn't look good against Ronald Ellis. That leads me to believe that Caleb Plant is going to do very well against him. I don't know if Caleb can beat him, but I sense he's going to do very well against him. I feel Caleb Plant's foot movement and his counterpunching ability will give David Benavidez a lot of problems in this fight, but it's a possibility that Caleb Plant will slow down in the later rounds and maybe David Benavidez will get him out of there. And if it does play out that way, even more fighters are going to want the David Benavidez fight in the division. David is definitely a beast. He's a huge super middleweight, has a lot of power. He has a good jab, but defense to me is like one of the most important attributes. Matter of fact, it is the most important attribute, because if you have followed the sport, you notice the fighters that have the best defense in the sport of boxing often go the furthest, especially when it comes to fighting against the best competition in the sport. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how all this plays out, starting with the official announcement of the David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant fight. That's going to be a really, really good fight to watch. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Decay Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to lodecay.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues. So make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.
My name is Chris, and I'm all the way here from Anchorage, Alaska at Scalp, Carolinas, and I'm here for my second treatment of SMP. Well, I was sitting at home one day and going over my Facebook page, and they have different, like advertisements popping up, and I saw one for SMP. And I saw some pictures of some guys, before and after, and I was looking at that, and it caught my attention. So I Googled it. SMP, nothing showed up in my area. So, I did a little more research, and all of a sudden, Scalp Carolinas popped up in the web browser. So I started watching his videos and seeing all the reaction from all the other people. We talked on the phone, we made appointments and everything. I sent him pictures, and he looked at them, and I was like, "Can you fix this?" And, he pretty much said, "No problem." My first session, he made me feel extremely comfortable. It was almost like I was talking to family. He started, and during the whole treatment, we talked and, about our families and our life, and, and things that he does and things that I do. And before I know it, the first session was over. When you see someone doing something that they love, as much as I see Enoch Glover love what he does, it shows in his work. I wouldn't point anyone in any other direction but here to North Carolina, Scalp Carolinas, to get this done.